what it is. It's your boy LB at the Hit Factory, and it's another installment. We got another one. Yeah, another one. 52 block stories. Let me sip my coffee for this one, 'cause this is a big one. So let's jump right into it. This is the story that a lot of people that have been following me for a long time know about, but I never broke it down. I never really spoke on it, but it's time to talk about it. Maoshan versus Lyteburly. How did that happen? Well, it's way back in the early days, putting up my 52 block, videos, and of course, 52 blocks is not my only discipline. A lot of people want to, may think that way or may assume that, but that's not the case. I got other disciplines, so I put up a video on Paqua because I study in that from my great teacher Wilson Pitts. Salute to Wilson Pitts. Big plug for the homie. Um, and I got a message saying, stay away from Paqua, stick with 52 blocks. Now, in my mind, stay away from Paqua. He said it like it was his girlfriend that I just stole from him or something, like stay away from my girl, homie. But it confused me, stay away from Paqua. I thought martial arts was free expression. I thought everybody was free to join. But he told me to stay away from Paqua, so of course, me being witty, I came back at him with slick stuff. I went to his page, seen he was kind of older and funny looking. Not to say if when you get older you get funny looking, but he was. So snapped a couple of jokes on him. You know how I do. I got the hit and I got the wit. So yeah, so he got upset and then said that he was gonna come beat me up. I was already posting that if you felt some sort of way with what I was saying, come to the park. So his friend called me Black Dallas, and I was calling him Black Toast at the time, so they was getting real upset. And the phone call was funny because he said, well, like, you spoke to your ex-teacher Ramel. He said you was a fag and you ain't know how to fight. And I came with, well, don't believe everything you hear. He said, well, Sean, he's used to beating up bigger men than you. Like, he beats up bigger men all the time. And I said, well, he may do that with big men, but what's he going to do with a short man? I'm only 5'6". I may give him some problems. So, I go on to say I don't think he should come because I'm good at what I do. I teach a black martial art. He's a black man. Me beating up on him, beating up on him on camera ain't gonna look too good for the message I'm trying to put out there. But he was like, nah, like we coming. So I'm like, don't come. I'm trying to be, I'm trying to, show the way of, we don't need to do this. This is all crazy in the motions, and he talking about staying away from Paqua. It's all silly shit, so we don't really need to do this. But they were insisting, like, nah, we come and forget what you saying. So I'm in the park, got my student, and I think it was like 11 o'clock. They were supposed to come right on the time. They came in the park. He got the students with him. He got Black Toast with him. You know what I'm saying? He got a crowd. He feeling real good. So once again, I said, listen, brother, you don't have to do this. You don't have to. We don't have to make a video of us fighting out here in these streets. Over this silliness. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do Paqua. You do Paqua. It's nothing. But he's like, nah, like, I gotta prove to the world that you're a fraud and you don't know how to fight. So they turned on the cameras. Before they turned on the cameras, it was like, how you wanna go? I was like, we can go bare knuckle, whatever he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? So we put on the MMA gloves. He turned on the camera. He starts talking this stuff like, I'm Maoshan. You know what I'm saying? I came here, you know what I'm saying, to prove like Burley's a fraud. You know what I'm saying? And so they put the camera on me, and I was like, listen, I'm just here to protect what I do. That's all I said. Bang, the fight started. So I look over, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm expecting that, me being, he knowing I'm like Burley, he gonna try to come with the rain of blows. I'm ready for it. My defense is impeccable. But when I'm looking, he's running across. He's like this. So I got my hands, pulled up, ready for battle. He's on this Frankenstein monster movie shit. So I'm like, okay. It looks like he wants to grab. No problem. So when he got closer, I pitched the right hand right over it. Just missed him. He comes barreling in. I pivot out, change positions. Like, all right, he got his hands in front of his face because I'm talking to myself now. Like, okay, he got his hands in front of his face. Now it's going to be hard to get through his Frankenstein defense. I'm going to have to go to the body. So I slips in. I goes to throw. No, I changed the southpaw. I throw the right hook at the body, and I catch just his shirt. Like, I right hook the hell out of his shirt. Just missed him. I was going to follow up with the left, but by this time, I'm so close, he's wrapping his arm around my neck, going for the chokehold. Now, this is all slow motion. Of course, if you see the video, you'll see it happen in just the way I'm saying it. So he goes to throw his hand around my neck in the chokehold. Now, I ain't gonna lie, people, this is some real shit. Rock with me on this one. At this point, in the kung fu movies, when the fighters fight and the students fight, and then some shit is happening and the bubble pops up and he sees his teacher say some shit, I seen that same shit. As he's going to lock it, I seen the bubble, and it was Roberto. And Roberto said, we just worked on chokeholds. And we have been working on using single palm change to break out of the chokehold. So as he's about to lock it, because when someone locks that lock and they break it down, it's going to be hell to get about that mother. And so as he's about to lock it, I said, you know what? This is a good time to see if single palm change would work. So now I'm in here, he's about to lock. I stick my arm out to about his forehead, and I slide my feet behind his hip, and
we hustling, even struggle stepping in the recession, we hustling. You mumbling, my money loud when it speaks, so shorty
really works. So I pounced on him, hit him in the ground. Now he's turning over. He goes to I got him on his back, and he's fighting. I catch him with a couple of shots. He turns over. I go for the back. He struggles up out of the back, falls on top of me. Now he's on top of me. I reversed it, put him in the north-south position, pulled up. I felt his body go limp because I was choking the living lights out of him. I felt his body go limp, and I was like, oh, he's done. Let him go. Stood up like, yo, he's done. His peoples with him was like, kill him. There's still a minute left on the clock. Like, you still have a minute left to kill him. Now this is his peoples. They want to see his death. I'm like, nah, he's good. And of course he was, because he staggers over to the fence. He goes for his bag, and reaches out a Newport cigarette, and he starts puffing the Newports. That's right. He puffing the Newports when to challenge the kid. He wasn't right. His lung wasn't right. His wind wasn't right. So now he's still in the state of shock. I'm over there flexing on him, letting him know you shouldn't have came to see the monster. I told you. I hit him with the Michael Jordan pose and all that. And I was able to do all that because I had robbed him of his spirit and showed him mercy. See, now if I would have scraped him, of course he would have kept fighting. If I wanted, because he would have fought to save his life, and any man should. Even if you wrong, you don't just lay your life down, fight, man. So he would have fought. But what I did was I stole his spirit by giving him mercy, by manhandling him and then giving him mercy. Because that in the man's mind is like a lion playing with you and then letting you go. You gonna run back up on the lion? You knew the lion was just playing with you, and if he got serious, he would have ate your face. So he knew that, So that's part of some of the emotional class, and I'm going to teach us how to rip a man's thunder from him and make them not want to fight or retaliate, because he's never came back. He's talk. He did a lot of talk, but he ain't never come back because he don't want no more of this. I wouldn't want no more of this. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end, people ask me, why didn't I do the 52 blocks? And let me answer that. I'm always 52 blocks. No matter what happens, 52 blocks is always a part of what I do. My defense, my footwork, all of that is part of 52. So never believe just because you don't see the blocks and stuff that you're not seeing 52 blocks in its rawest form. The shapes help, but if nobody's throwing punches at you, there's no reason to have to jump into all of the shapes and throw up your shapes if you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have to use your shapes, and you may just have to use footwork and head movement, that's all part of 52. Like, don't get caught up in the kung fu movies. Like, oh, I didn't see the skull and bones, so that's just not real. You can go through a whole boxing match and never throw a left hook. Does that mean you wasn't boxing? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you may not be able to use all the weapons at that you have available, because the fight is really up to your opponent. Your opponent is going to dictate what you need to do. And since he came at me like this, he wasn't punching. He threw no punches. It was all about grabs and craziness. He didn't come in trying to, because then he would have ran into that heavy defense. straight like that. And anybody that comes like that runs into my defense. But if you come not punching, then I got to work with what you're giving me. So, sorry about the phone and phone going off there. There you have it. Straight from the horse's mouth, or should I say straight from the wolf's mouth. The story of Maoshan meets Lyteburly. Now, my brother Knockmeezy, you know, I invite him to tell his 52BLOCK story of what happened when he met Maoshan. There you have it. It's your boy. Yeah, I forgot to add this piece in that way before me and Maoshan had this fight and I was competing, he was actually at one of my fights on the sidelines while I was right hooking somebody to oblivion watching me. And this is just to prove and show you how small life is and how law of attraction can bring certain people into your life way before you knew that they were in your life, and then you end up having an experience with them. And that's what happened here. Way before me and Maoshan had that fight and he reached out about the Paqua, about 2 years before that, he was courtside sitting down watching me beat people up. If you look in the back, you can see Black Towers in the white t-shirt, Maoshan sitting in the brown collar shirt, sitting off to his right. They are there watching me fight way before I knew either one of them. And before me and Maoshan had that fight, you see him clearly right there in the